Welcome to Baraga County. We're just north of Lance. In French, Lance translates as the Cove. A reference to its location on the Keweenaw Bay, the village of Lance is located within the Lance Indian Reservation, the base of the federally recognized Keweenaw Bay Indian Community, part of the Lake Superior Band of the Ojibwe Chippewa people. This is the Ford Bungalow, built in 1914 by Daniel Hebert, called the Hebert Ford House.
Gene Thompson, hello?
Meet Eugene Thompson and his wife Kathleen. They are the current owners of the Ford Bungalow in Pequaming.
We showed up at a real estate closing, and they had this statement, and it said how much we owed if we wanted to buy it, and we gave them the money, and then we owned it. That's the short answer.
The house is a rectangular two-story lodge built in the bungalow style with 8 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms.
And this one was the most available and the most affordable. So we bought this one. It didn't have anything to do with Henry Ford, could have been any of the other ones. Fell in love with the place too. We'd stayed here when it was a bed and breakfast, and we called up the bed and breakfast owner, and just not knowing, what the answer might be, just a cold call. And she said, yes, I'm working on an ad to sell a place. Well, I said, well, why don't we just come up and take a look, because we'd only spend one night here. So we came up and spent a second night here. And then a short while later, we made an offer, and we haggled a little bit, and then we bought it.
Well, I really liked it because we had a lot of, number one is that we went together, and it was fun, it was just doing things that you wanted to do on your own. And I came from a big family, Gene smaller, but we've had a good marriage, haven't we, Gene? How many years has this been? 48.
The house reflects a period and style of living that rich industrialists valued back in the day in northern Michigan vacation lodges.
I wanted to get away to someplace quiet and spacious. And every place we were looking at in the UP was quiet and spacious. This one was very quiet, and one other one that we were interested in was very quiet. The other one wasn't quite so quiet, but it had good, well, we're lucky we didn't get it, I suppose.
During the Ford era, the bungalow became Henry Ford's personal residence when he visited for 2 decades. Pequaming became Henry's model village. He continuously modernized it with the latest technologies, renovated buildings, repaired and built schools. Today, the bungalow provides an out-of-the-way place or retreat for those who rent the entire property, accommodating up to 16 people, with beautiful views of the Keweenaw Bay just steps away. Eugene and Kathleen enjoy sitting on the big front porch relaxing.
The seller's approach was to tell me that it was a big deal that Henry Ford was here, and it was really owned by the Ford Motor Company, not Henry Ford. It was part of a purchase by the Ford Motor Company of all of Pequaming and some related properties from the Hebert interests up here, who had a lumber mill. And Ford wanted that lumber mill because at those early years, there was a lot of wood in building cars. He was very interested in the UP, as I think Etzel was right, his son, when he said, the UP is my father's playground.
And when you're physically here at the Ford Bungalow, you totally understand why Henry loves spending his time here. The quiet and the beauty of the area is relaxing. Planning a retreat? Check out this place. I'm Dan Salas, and this is positivelymichigan.net.